One of the biggest fears I hear when we talk about, or when I'm in conversations around saying no, is this: but what if they leave? What if they stop calling? What if the friendship changes? What if my no is the thing that finally breaks this or makes them decide that I'm not worth being connected to? This fear is running the show for a lot of people. And I want to talk about it from an honest perspective today because there's a real nuance here. And there's also a pattern that I see that I definitely want to call out or name, right? The fear of losing a relationship when you say no is real. It's valid, and it's actually more common than you may think it is. So I'm not going to minimize it. For many of us, this particular fear has roots that are deeply, deeply embedded, right? They're embedded in how we were taught to earn love, in the experiences where saying no did not, experiences where saying no cost us something, cost us a lot, right? So the conclusion that most people draw from this, from being taught and from the experiences, is therefore I should never say no. I know it sounds a bit extreme, but that's really the way it ships out in life, you know? And that conclusion is causing much more damage than anything else that you are trying to protect. When you never say no, hear me when I say this, when you never say no, the relationship that you're trying to nurture, trying to keep, trying to maintain, trying to hold on to, know that it's not actually a relationship with you, because a no is an extension of you. It's a relationship with the way you show up, the way you're performing, the way you are in that relationship. So they are essentially staying with you, that friend, that partner, that whoever it is, because of the availability, because of your compliance, or because of your availability, your compliance, and essentially the ease of being with you or having you around. It's not really because of you. And that whole thing is a lonelier experience than many want to, that many realize. And for those who realize, it's much more lonely and isolating for them to accept. That's why that pattern continues. That's the truth. A relationship cannot survive, or a relationship that cannot survive your no, is not a safe relationship, and it's not one that you should be in. It's actually a dangerous relationship, I'll say. It's a relationship that's born out of being transactional. So it's a transactional, unsafe, or and dangerous relationship. And I'm using this so that I can get you to really see what's happening. And hopefully, when you see, you understand through this, you act, right? A relationship that requires you to always be available, always be agreeable, always be available, always be compliant, always allow things to be the way they are, maintain the status quo. Essentially, that word suppresses what you actually want in that relationship. Because when you do all these things, as you do them, you're suppressing, minimizing, and completely neglecting your needs, or neglecting your needs to some extent, right? And that is not a relationship that's healthy or born out of love or genuine care for you. It's contractual, it's a transactional one. And unfortunately, you're more than likely the only one paying for this or paying in it, right? Because what I've seen through my years on earth is that the people that are worth keeping, they can accept, they can hold that no. They may not like it initially because it's something that they're not used to you saying, if it's something that is new, there may be some resistance, there may be some, oh, but the truth is, if they are worth keeping, and if that relationship is worth maintaining with them, they'll adjust. They'll adjust. So after the surprise, because it's new, because you're not someone who's been saying that, they're not used to you saying no. There's all those things that they go through, testing you in some instances. Is it, can I just insist on getting what I want? Can I just still continue? How serious is she? Does she really mean it? Is she going to hold her ground? So there might be some of that, not all the time, but there might be. But the truth is, once all of that is has been played out, and you stay consistent and you stay true to yourself, you stay being a person of integrity, they'll adjust. It may take a minute, it may take a while, it may be instantaneous, right? But they'll adjust. So it's normal, is my point. It's normal. Again, remember that if you're someone who they've not been used to dealing with in this capacity or in this way, they've never seen you like this, it's going to be like, oh, okay. So that's normal. And it's normal too, please, to stand your ground so that eventually they adjust. And, you come out on the other side better and really being in a healthy relationship, because they'll be there for you, not what you provide or what not they, or not for what they've been getting from you, right? Sometimes you set up this inadvertently, where the experience of you is just getting. It's not because that's all they want. There's, of course, you have those types of people. Don't get me wrong, but there are people who genuinely want to be in your life and are good for you and you're good for them. But because of the dynamics of you not saying no or being a people pleaser, it's just ended up being where you're doing all the giving and they're just taken because you have put no demand on them, right? So just note that. And sometimes another thing is that a no will actually change a relationship. That's okay too, right? That's okay. And that change is informational, right? It's just something for you to note. I won't say just, it's something for you to note. Because if someone exits, exists, if someone exits when you say no, if they pull away, they withdraw, they start holding back affection, holding back things from you, they stop calling, they become cold, distant, those things, that is not evidence that you did something wrong. So again, stand your ground, stay in it, remain in integrity with yourself, but take it as information, right? Take it as the evidence of what the relationship was predicated or was built on. And that's okay too, because at least now While it may be painful, and it probably will be, because a lot of these types of relationships are with people who are close to us, who mean something to us. But understand that it's not a reflection of you. Understand that it's worth knowing that this is what you had built the relationship on, or this is the type of relationship that you had. Okay, so while it might be painful in the moment, eventually when you come out of it, you'll be thanking your lucky stars and celebrating even, because God, or you would have delivered yourself from what could have continued and eventually even being really, really even more toxic, if that's possible, right? Because the alternative would be, if you hadn't done this, keeping the relationship intact by never saying no. And what type of life would you have had? What type of, as you reflect, how would you have felt if you know that this relationship that you've maintained for so long and held at such high value or esteem was really just about you being a doormat or people pleaser, or somebody who just gave and who never had the opportunity, or who never gave herself the opportunity to have it be reciprocal, where there was give and take, where there was mutual enjoyment of the relationship, that there's symbiosis where both of you were equal participants, equal beneficiaries of the relationship. That would have sucked to have gone through all of that and to reflect on your life and think like, damn, that's crazy. So consider it a blessing, even though painful in the moment, but gratitude for deliverance. Yeah. So it also meant that you'd have spent that whole period just being out of integrity with yourself and pretending, because that's what it is, to be somebody that you're not, wearing a mask to keep that whole thing going because you couldn't be yourself. You didn't feel safe enough because it had cost you something always, to have genuine relationships. Um, so you are freed. There's no managing of their emotions. There's no trying to make it good. There's no suppressing of yourself, minimizing of you and your desires, giving them comfort at your own cost. So it's a loss of sorts, but it's a good loss. Sometimes you lose the things that you're actually supposed to lose so that you gain the things that are for you. Remember that. All right. So if there's a specific relationship where you're most afraid to say no, I would love to know. So when you watch this, if you're watching it now or when you watch the replay, put it in the chat. Let me know. I come back and I respond to comments if there are any. And maybe you don't have to go into details, but I would really love to know. And I can help you and I can send you a resource or respond to your question. The dynamic, maybe professionally, to the degree that you're comfortable sharing, right? Or a parent, that's a big one, especially mother daughter relationship, but even father, all of it. And friend, close friend, partner, whatever it is, right? Where or is there a specific relationship where you are most afraid of saying no, of showing up finally for yourself? Um, tell me what you're afraid, or if you can't, reflect on this. Identify the specific relationship where that's happening. I'm giving you the examples of where it could be, but and as you do so, think about what you're most afraid of happening, because that's really what is driving that continuous yes, or keeping that yes as a reflex, because you fear something that will happen or occur when yes is no longer your default response. All right, my dear. The work underneath all of this, though, is the body level work of staying in your answer when fear rises, right? Stay in it, stay in the no that you want to say. When the initial response, when you finally say yes from with you is, oh my goodness, I said it. Should I take it back? Should I soften it? Should I negotiate? Should I, all those things? That's real body work. And for that, I created a training called What's Happening in Your Body Before the Yes. It's potent, it's powerful, it will give you a neuroscience perspective, the brain science behind it, why it's hard for a lot of us, majority, many, more than, right, to say no. It will also give you some measure of comfort that it's not your fault. It's not just because you are whatever, whatever, right? And it will free you of blaming yourself, open your eyes to the science behind it, and most importantly, give you the tools that you need, simple 3 steps to be able to say no and be in integrity to yourself. Because one thing that I know is when you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself. And that yes to yourself opens up possibilities that you cannot even begin to imagine. The time that you regain, the finances, the love, the connections, it's like it's a game changer. The benefits, uh you can't even begin to conceive, how it's impacting every area of your life. The promotions that you want, the business that you want to start, the relationships that you want to curate and deepen, or that you want to leave, the things that you want to do, the things that were in your mind for yourself at this stage in your life that you have not allowed yourself to explore because you've been so ingrained in the yes reflex. It will open up so many things. So the link is in the description. I would love for you to get it and watch it and let me know what you think. But in the interim, do that little exercise. Ask yourself what relationship is the most difficult for you to say no, and why are you so fearful of saying no? What do you think would happen? What do you think the implications would be? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.